Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com. Let's decorate a brand new dashboard style layout. I am planning for the first full week of November in my catch-all planner, but I am trying out a brand new dashboard style layout that I have designed for 2024. I'm super excited to give it a try and I couldn't wait. So I'm just going to redate this one and go for it this week. So I'm going to use some stickers from Love Posh, Chic Fall. This beautiful set is calling my name. I hope you'll stick around. As always, I will link everything that I use down below. Let's go. Whenever you are decorating a new layout, it can be a little bit it's like a learning curve, I guess I would say. I'm so used to decorating vertical layouts for my catch-all planner that decorating a dashboard layout feels new and different. I'm excited about it, but it threw me for some curves trying to decorate it for the first time. I've certainly done plenty of dashboard layouts. I've done them for some of my patrons as part of custom spreads, but I've never done it for myself. And I needed this to be a really functional spread, but I wanted it to be beautiful as well, which is something I'm always looking for. There's several reasons why I feel like a dashboard style planner might be better for my catch-all planner, and here are a few of the reasons why. I have 3 kiddos, a husband, and we have a lot of different things going on, a lot of different scheduling things. And so I found that I was having trouble fitting all of the schedule, all the practices and the games. I was having trouble fitting them in just one section of boxes in my vertical layout. And I wanted to be able to see them. I wanted it to be bold. I wanted to know what was coming up right away when I opened my planner. And so I feel like if I open up my planner to a particular week, that will be staring me in the face. All of the schedule in one place on the right side. That's what the plan is. Then I also know myself in that I'm a list maker. What I was doing in my vertical layout was I was doing a list per day. And it turns out I didn't really need a list per day. Sometimes I would have more time to get tasks accomplished on a particular day. Sometimes I would have less. What I really need I need a task list for the week, like one long kind of brain dump list of things that need to happen in a particular week. And so I thought perhaps I could use the left side of a dashboard planner to make that happen, to have my place for lists, have my schedule on the right, lists on the left, and be ready to go and organized for the week. I designed this particular dashboard layout to be really, really open to give you maximum flexibility. And I know from creating dashboard layouts for my patrons, they tend to change it up each week. They like to change up how their dashboard layout looks like. And that makes total sense because some weeks you might need a bunch of different lists. Maybe there's a birthday party or an event. Some weeks you may need a spot for notes from a doctor's appointment or from a parent-teacher conference maybe. There's all kinds of ways to change up. And so on this particular dashboard layout, I have my running list because I know that's something I'm going to need every week. But I went with the full-on grid over there as well so that I could change it up week to week and make it work for what I wanted. The box in the upper left was actually a request from my husband who was looking at some of the designs and he thought it would be a great place to put some priorities for the week. For me, I think it will be a great place to put like an affirmation or a quote or a verse, something that I want to focus on for the week. There's all kinds of different things you can put over there. So I like the ability to change it up. And that was what I was going for in the dashboard layout. And maximum flexibility, I think, is going to be key to really helping this be really functional for me personally as I go through 2024. So that brings me to how am I going to decorate a dashboard style planner? There's a couple of things that I tend to focus on when I'm working in a dashboard style. One of those is the corners. That's something that I do in the vertical style as well. I love having stickers hang off the edge, and I love having stickers in the corners because I think it's a great way to bring in the style, the theme, the colors you're wanting without taking up a bunch of space for writing, because I want to be able to use this. I want to be able to write. Like I said, we've got lots of activities going on, so I definitely need that space. I also like to focus down the middle. I think that's a fabulous way to bring both sides of the spread together. And I think this is an awesome opportunity to bring in even more washi tape. I have a ton of washi tape in my stash. It's one of my big goals to continue to remember to use washi tape in my spreads. I think it adds a nice touch to the spread. And so there's several different sections in this dashboard layout that are going to allow me to use that washi tape. All right, I'm going to add a little box over here. That's going to be my task list title, and I can add that in as we go. I just need to trim off some of the edges. Now I have a lot of the basics ready to go. I like the feel. I like what's happening here. I'm just going to try to figure out how I can add, I need to look and see how I can bring this top together. I decided I didn't really like how that November was fitting. I love things in the corner, so that's what I want to focus on. Let me cut these pages apart, and I will have to repunch those holes, and I can do that a little bit later. So trimming off that, let's add some washi tape to the top. This is actually a metallic washi tape. It's white and then has gold dots. It's very subtle, which I think is perfect for this very like Zen feeling sticker set from Love Posh. I love Chic Fall. I think she knocked it out of the park with that one. I cannot wait to pick up another one if possible, just because I know I'm going to use these stickers like crazy, and I'd love to have it for next fall as well. But I think this washi tape fits really nicely, and it felt like the week after Halloween, it would be a good time to just focus on kind of resetting. It's gearing up for the craziness of the holiday season with Thanksgiving and Christmas, and so I thought a very calming spread would be very appropriate for this particular week. Now, again, we're going to aim for the corners. I love this particular sticker with the book and the coffee. Like, that is a lovely scene. So we're going to put that in the corner and then also bring in November. Again, I had to redate this because this was intended for the first week of January, but I want to go ahead and give it a try because I think it's important to kind of practice. Before I commit for a whole year, I want to be able to practice a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's cut off the edges. We can save those pieces and use them in another section. You can already see I'm like, where can I put that little section? All right, let's finish out over here on the left side. This pumpkin with the texture, adorable. And I love the idea of candles. Candles make a room for me. I love having candles. I light a candle almost every day when I'm working down in my craft studio just to kind of chill out and kind of set the ambiance for the room. Here's the part I'm not sure about. So normally I would use boxes for all my scheduled events. So all of the games and things like that. I am going to add a lot of different boxes over here on the right side. I do plan to keep the right side focused on the schedule, the family schedule, what's going on, what events, what practices, what appointments, what my husband's work schedule is. All of that is going to be on the right side of the spread. Do I want them all to be in boxes? Or do I want to do bullet points or like a timed list of what's happening that particular day? That's what I'm not totally sure about. I'm so used to using the boxes that that's what I'm going to try first to see how it goes. If I don't like what it looks like, or if it doesn't work as far as the flow of events for a day, then I may go back to doing more of a bulleted list over there for the functionality of that. But for now, we're going to go with functional boxes. And whenever I have functional boxes, I do like to layer other stickers with it, just so it's not so stark. I like having stickers go over certain corners or hide behind the box. This one I know we're going to have an early gymnastics this day. Probably I think my husband has a concert this day. There's a lot going on this particular week. I think the kids might even be out of school at the beginning of that week. Yeah, I think they are. The 6th and 7th, I think they are out of school. So it's going to be an interesting week for sure. Let's do a big box on Friday. Usually we have less events actually on Friday. So that's an opportunity to spend time as a family. So that'll be a great place to write what our family plans are. And then let's bring in another candle because I don't think I can have enough candles on this spread. Here's the other question that I'm not totally sure of. I left this section up at the top. I left it in a grid so that it can be used in a lot of different ways. I don't know how I want to use it. I think I'm going to start out with a little bit of a meal plan action going on over here. So I'm going to create just a little cluster of elements and then add in a black box with lines where I can write down the different meals that are available that week. I tend to not want to assign them to specific days, and we tend not to fix 7 meals in a week. I'm more of a cook 3 meals and then eat leftovers kind of gal. And that's how our family works. Plus, with all of the running around for sports, we're definitely going to be eating out at least one day, if not two. That's just how life works. Even when we try to meal prep, it's the timing is crazy. So I just want a place to be able to list out a few of the meals that we have available or that we're planning for. That way, when I'm looking at what I can cook in the morning or in the afternoon, then I have it ready to go. November, of course, is a great time to focus on gratitude. And so I was thinking that this box over here, I could write down the things that I am grateful for in this particular week. I just feel like I'm going to be able to fit so much in this spread that I wasn't necessarily able to fit in my vertical catch-all, that I may not need to combine as many different planners. We'll see how it goes. There's a possibility that I could use that grid section underneath where I just was for wellness. There's all kinds of different things. We're just going to experiment with this and see how it works for me and see if it's going to work for 2024. The last thing I'm going to do is add a couple of quotes here and there and then call it a day. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. As always, I will link all of the supplies that I used down in the description box below. I want to give a huge shout out to all of my Patreon members. You all are the absolute best. It's a fabulous creative community over there, and we would love to have you. So if you want to come check out everything that's happening over on Patreon, you can find the link down below as well. All right, I hope that you have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.